Okay, so let's look at this problem here. Thing to note, this is a static problem, so if we sum the forces in the x direction, they must equal 0. We sum the forces in the y direction, they must equal 0. And we know if we sum the moment at any point along here, they must equal to 0. So if we look here, there's no reason to solve the forces in the x direction because we know right now we have no x components, so they all have to equal 0. So we'll start here first, and we're going to find out quickly we have two unknowns. So when I sum the forces in the y direction, I will get minus 400 plus F by plus F cy minus 800 equal to 0. Okay? I end up with two unknowns, impossible to solve the problem. So now we go back and we say, let's take a moment. And again, it doesn't matter where you take the moment. But you want to take a moment, it's either B or C, because you want to isolate one of them. So I'll take the moment around B. We'll set that equal to 0. Anything that goes counterclockwise, this direction, will make positive. Anything that goes this way, will make negative. So when I do that, I get 400 times 4, that being positive, plus F cy times 8 minus 800 times 12 must equal to 0. So now we'll solve that. 400 times 4 minus 800 times 12. We'll divide that by 8. And again, I would do this algebraically, so you got to make sure you get the signs right. But you know that FCY must equal to 1,000, and it must be going up. Now we can take this value here, and we can put it back into this equation when we do that one. Now we got 400, that's 1,200, 1,000, so we know that FBY must equal to 200 going up. Okay, now to prove that this is correct, just for the heck of it, I'm going to take a moment around C and prove to you that we got this. So when I take a moment around C, I will get 400 times 12 plus FBY times 8 minus 800 times 4 is equal to 0. So we use calculator. 400 times 12 minus 800 times 4. We divide by 8 and we get 200. So we proved that this is correct. FBY. Let me shut this stupid thing off. But ask me again. I want to see this. Okay. So now we have FBY is equal to 200. Okay. Now, if you want to find out what's taking place at E, you can basically all you have to do is cut this beam in two right here. And we can either look this way or we can look this way. It makes no difference. I'm going to look this way. So we'll draw ourselves a beam. And this represents the beam. Okay, and what I have here, scroll this up, I'm going to come down just a little bit, give myself a little bit more space. So what I have is I have 800 coming down. I got this one pushing back up. It's not very proportional. Okay, and then we'll label everything. We know that this is going to be 1,000. I'll change this color too. So that's 1,000 and there's 800 coming down. Now we go back to the laws of statics. Summation of forces, they have to equal 0. And we'll go ahead and let's draw one more vector too. We know that we need this thing to balance out. So we got that, and we also know that the moments are going to have to. Now it makes really no difference here. We'll know quickly we'll just say, well, we think it's going to go this way. We may be wrong. It really makes no difference. So now, let's sum the forces in the y direction. When I do, I will get 1,000 minus 800, and we'll call this one F-E-Y. So plus F-E-Y must equal 0. And we know that F-E-Y would equal to 200 going down. So that's what causes the shear. That's what, in the deformable solids class, you're going to get into shear. That's what's trying to cut this part in two. Okay, now we'll sum the moments. If I sum the moments at E, then we'll have 1,000. Let's look back at the picture, see how far that is from E, times 4, minus 800. And how far is it? It's 8. Plus the moment at E, because we've got some moment here, must equal to 0. So when we do that, we got 1,000 times 4 minus 800 times 8, and we get 2,400. So we know the moment at E is going to be 2,400, and we know right now that we have this going the wrong direction, right? Because this has to be positive to counteract this, because this is where most of the moment's coming from. So all we have to do is come back and say, wow, this thing goes this way, and we mark up this way. So those are the loads that are taking place at E. Okay, and I hope this helped you.